What's up, guys? I'm doing my Cyber Dragon deck in real life. This is the first kind of deck profile for me that I've done in real life because I've never money, cards, all that came into the problem. So for the first time, I'm doing it with real cards because I managed to build them or build the actual deck I have on Dueling Network. After the video, I'll tell you guys how I actually developed this deck and how I'm going to develop my other decks as soon as I get more money. But that's about it. So let's get started. First off, I run one Cyber Dragon, or I want to run one Cyber Dragon or Cybertech Alligator. If you can see that. Next up, I run. Next up, I run 3 Cyber Dragons, 3 Cyber Dragon Cores, 3 Cyber Dragon Drais. And by the way, if you can't see, I will have a list of my deck in the description. I've noticed that throughout many deck profiles I've watched, and it's really fucking annoying. 1 Cyber Eltanin, 3 Larvas, 3 Valleys, 1 Honest, 1 Jinzo, 2 Satellite Cannons, and 2 the Hex-Sealed Fusion. Now these are for the monsters, and I'll explain a couple of the things of why I have them like this. This guy, so Cybertech Alligator, I run solely on the idea of because he's my favorite card and because he's a machine level 5 type. He's 500. 3 Cyber Dragons because it's a Cyber Dragon deck. I run 3 cores to get out the networks and the repair plans. 3 Drais in case Drais have a dual effect. When they're summoned, you can when they're normal summoned, any Cyber Dragons you control become level 5. But the catch to that is, if you do play his effect, you won't be able to. So let's say you have Cyber Dragon in the field, and you play Drai's effect. They both become level 5s. You may not overlay to get Volcasaurus. May not. It is against the rules completely. So with the extra deck I've made, the only person you can overlay while playing that effect is Nova, which is a downside. The other effect of Drei is when he's banished. So if you play Cyber, let's say, you could have him in defense position plus a network. Then go into your deck and you banish a Drei. He's not and then you target him. He can't be destroyed by battle card effects. Plus if they do attack you, you won't take any life points. And by the way, if you play that effect and he's like in attack position, if they attack you, you still take life points. Just it's not destroyed. The Hex-Sealed Fusion you can play in a combo of when you're using this Cyber Dragon deck, if you decide to use it, you could when you're playing Rock Paper Scissors or how you decide to go first, if you can and you win, choose to go second. It's what this deck runs off of. Because then they summon a monster. Comes your turn. You end up with a hand like this. With this hand, you have 2 combos you can use. So they have a monster on the field. You could either do this, and special summon, normal summon, play his effect. He substitutes as your other Cyber Dragon, plus he also acts as your polymerization to the graveyard. And boom, Cyber Twins Dragon. Or you could play the effect of that normal summon effect, overlay, Cyber Dragon Nova. Then you can attack fearlessly, and if he's destroyed by card effect, you can special summon your End Dragon or pretty much you can only summon your End Dragons and your Twin Dragons. with his effect. Alright, that's it for the monsters. Oh, this is exciting. I actually like this. I would do this more often, but I don't have the cards to. Alright, so for spells, I run 3 3 Cyber Repair Plants. Then I run 2 D.D.Rs, so 2 different dimension reincarnations. 2 Evo Bursts or Evolution Bursts. 2 Machine Duplications. 2 MSTs, Mystical Space Typhoons. 1 Poison, or Poison of the Old Man. And I just want to put this out there. I think this is probably one of my favorite cards, especially if you're doing your opponent and they have like 300 life points left and you draw this card. Game over. And they have like if they don't Dark Bribe it, you instead of gaining 1,200, you inflict 800 to them, and they lose the duel and you win. I don't know where I'm going with that. A combination I would like to point out: if you're playing this deck and someone calls you out on this, tell them you're wrong, or tell them they're wrong. If you get a hand that looks like this, with Cyber Dragon Core and a Machine Dude, you can actually, if you play these two in a combo, do not summon 2 more Cyber Dragon Cores. That's cheating. You cannot summon 2 more Cyber Dragon Dreis. The 2 cards that you have to summon with this, and I mean have to, is 2 of these or 1 of them. Why? Is because Cyber Dragon Core and Cyber Dragon Drei are only considered Cyber Dragons in the deck, or I'm sorry, on the field or in the graveyard. Meaning, if they're in the deck, this guy on the field is Cyber Dragon. If you play this, that means you can only go into the deck and summon something that has the name of Cyber Dragon. So that means you can't summon something with the name of Cyber Dragon Core or Cyber Dragon Drei. Meaning you have to summon one of these. If you can't, tough luck, you just screwed up. 7 minutes, wow. Actually, it's 7:30. 7 minutes, 30 seconds. Sorry, on to the traps. 2 Call of the Haunteds. I hope you know why I run this. Cyber Networks, 2. I run 2 because if they end up destroying one of your Cyber Networks, if you only run 1, you can't really play another effect, or you can't play its effect anymore. 2 Dark Bribes, because Dark Bribes are insanely good to have. And then to the defense cards, 2 Dimension Prisons, 1 Mirror Force, or no, sorry, 1 Magic Cylinder, 1 Mirror Force, and now on to Destruction, 3 of a Kind, and 2 Trap Stuns. Let's get started. I run 2 Trap Stuns because, in case, I don't have a Jinzo yet, or I've already used him, and I just feel it, and I need to attack him, that's your card. 3 of a Kind, I don't use very often, but when you do, and also with 3 of a Kind, they have to have 3 cards. No more, no less. But they can have more, but they cannot have less cards, otherwise you can't play this. Because you do have to target 3 cards that they control. You can't target 2, and you can't target 1. And you also have to control 3. For obvious reasons, I control Mirror Force, Magic Cylinder, and 2 Dimensional Prisons. Dark Bribes, I hope you know. And then I already explained that and that. That was my deck. Extra deck time. We are delirious. Alright. This card I'm about to show you, Chimeratech Fortress Dragon. I just realized something. Okay, I hope it's not backwards. Chimeratech Fortress Dragon is insanely good if you are versing a machine type deck, because if you control Cyber Dragon and they have their fields from mobile machines, bye-bye, and then bye-bye, and then you don't even need a poly for this guy. You just summon him, then he gains 1,000 attack from the number of fusion material monsters you special summon in, meaning 5 plus 1, He's 6,000 plus their field is now empty. Cyber End Dragon. This card I only use really if, like, I'll show you in a minute. So let's just keep this to the side. I run 2 Cyber Twin Dragons, and I play that into effect with, like, you can get him out on the first turn if you have a Cyber Dragon and a Hex, and they summon a monster, and it becomes your move. Special summon, normal summon, boom, you get him out. I run 2 Cyber Dragon Novas because, and this is where I was going with this effect. As soon as you summon Nova, and you attack, and they play, let's say, Mirror Force, he's destroyed, but his effect goes into play. You can choose 3 fusion material cards from your deck that you want to summon. Any of these 3 you can actually summon when he's destroyed by a card effect. So I really don't ever summon him without... I summon him with Nova's effect, and then these 2 I summon with the Hex and just 1 Cyber Dragon. I've done it with him and 2 Cyber Dragons, but it's a pain. So that's how I get him out, and plus he's really good, 4,000 inflict piercing battle damage. You're screwed. A Gigant X because it's level 4 machine type monsters, and you run 4 level 4 monsters. This guy you have to have machine type monsters to fusion summon. And then I run number 50 Blackship because it's got a good effect. It's kind of like number 61 Volcasaurus is, but it has to have the same or equal attack to yours. Number 56 Gold Rat, because I run Gold Rat because it may sound stupid to you, but if you don't really need Cyber Eltanin in your hand until much later in the duel. So if you get Cyber Eltanin like on a first turn draw and you're able to get number 56 out, you can shuffle him back into the deck and wait longer, which is what I recommend doing. And then I run number 61 Volcasaurus. Tip: if you run a deck with 3 or more level 5s that you can get out fairly easy, like a ninja deck pretty much, because ninjas, they run those level 5 Earth Ninja things. He's a super good card to get out, he's a super good card to get out, because let's say you run up against a Cyber Dragon deck and you're facing a Cyber End Dragon. Plays effect, it's destroyed, and they take 4,000 damage because that's how much attack it has originally. And then last but not least, Shamoji Soldier. It's a level 1, it's rank 1, number 63. And what happens is, with Shamoji Soldier, you can, once you detach, you can either draw during your opponent's next standby phase or gain 1,000 life right there, both players. That's just good for backup in case you need to draw or if you're like really low on health. So, I really hope you guys like this thing. I am a little edgy right now because I'm tired and it's 12, almost 1 o'clock in the morning. So, I hope you guys like this video. Like and comment if you want to see more like shit. But otherwise, I will see you guys later.